Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Coffee Shop Soundstage, sponsored by SRS Distribution. My name's Karen Edwards, and we are live at the International Roofing Expo in Las Vegas. Wow, I found the EPDM Roofing Association.
Yep,
So great to
yep,
see
yeah.
you.
Good to see
Yeah.
you,
So,
Karen.
for those who don't know, just go first of all, introduce
Yeah,
yourself and tell us what
yeah,
you do there.
yeah. So the EPDM Roofing Association is a trade association made up of all of the EPDM membrane manufacturers. So, generally speaking, trade associations represent a broader viewpoint than just one manufacturer. And so we work on issues that are unique to EPDM, but we are manufacturer agnostic. I'm Ellen Thorpe, and I'm the executive director. For the past 16 years, I've been working at the intersection of building science, roofing, and public policy. And so happy to be here today and chat a little
Yeah,
bit about the exciting topic of rubber roofing.
for sure. Tell us who you are.
So I'm Jason Weiland. I am principal at the firm Fraunhofer, headquartered in Chicago, and I am a roof system designer, forensic architect, and I've been designing roofs for 30 plus years, and I am the technical consultant for ERA.
Yeah,
Excellent. So this is our big event of the year.
it is. It
Yeah,
is.
and we're on the last day, so we're all
Yeah.
happy. The big
Yes.
smiles. I know. So you're here, you're talking with your members, you're
Yes.
you're working on initiatives. Do you
Yes.
want to touch on some of the things
Yeah.
that the association wants to do this year?
Yeah, yeah. So one of the things that we love about coming to the IRE is the opportunity to talk to our members, of course, those EPDM manufacturers, but we also love chatting with contractors, roof system designers, roof consultants, because it's just so exciting to
Yeah.
hear their questions about EPDM, how much they love EPDM. It's not unusual to have someone see my name tag,
Yeah.
um, or if Jason and I are doing a presentation and come up to us and tell us about how they, last week they were just on an EPDM roof that's been up there for 44 years. Um, so we love coming here to really hear from contractors and other roof system professionals about what they're looking for, but also it's a really fun shot in the arm to
Yeah,
hear their excitement over a product that's been around for 50 years, but is still such a dependable, tried and true product today.
sure is.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can tell
yeah.
you're a fan.
Yes. We call ourselves EPDM enthusiasts.
Enthusiast. So
Yeah.
did you have any educational sessions here at this
We
event?
did. We
Yeah.
did. Yeah. We just finished an education session on solar ready roofs. EPDM is a great choice to go under a solar array because of its durability and longevity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a great turnout and such a fun conversation to have, teaching contractors about um, how to add that solar ready roof as part of
Hmm.
their business, how to add a solar maintenance plan to their roof maintenance plan. We joke a little bit that Jason is the vegetables in our presentations here
Right.
because he covers the technical and code stuff that
Yeah.
sometimes isn't quite as much fun as thinking about increasing profits. So, what'd you cover today, Jason?
Yeah, well, exactly like you say. And actually, inner amongst all of the contractors that came, we had some roof system designers
Oh,
come,
yeah, yeah.
and they were great. And so it just kind of illustrated um, any sort of roof that has, an amenity or other features. There's a roof under there somewhere,
Right.
and it's really important to get that part right. So we covered lots of the typical requirements and some of the special stuff you need to think about when you have something like a solar array on top of the roof to make sure that you get um, the long life that an EPDM roof can achieve. Especially make sure you handle that before everything gets put on top of it. So
Right.
because it's done right and you cover it up and it has some protection, it really can last a long time and be a great platform for all sorts of amenities, solar, vegetative, what have you, and really be a great asset for a client or a
Yeah.
building
Yeah, because
Mm,
whatever you're putting up there, you don't want to have to take it off to
No,
address any
definitely not.
issues with the roof.
No,
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 Yeah.
you don't.
no.
Oh,
At least
wow.
not for 40 years.
Right? And then it'll be
Yeah,
somebody else's problem,
Exactly,
maybe.
exactly.
yeah.
So what else is going on?
Well, one of the things I touched on this a minute ago when I said contractors love telling us about their very, very old EPDM roofs. But in 2025, well, oh, in 2025, we finished two different sort of initiatives related to the service life of EPDM. One of them is a survey on EPDM service life,
Hmm.
and that's where we surveyed 569
Yeah,
roofing professionals,
exactly.
so contractors, roof system designers, roof consultants, and we asked them just about their opinions
Yeah,
about EPDM. What's the oldest EPDM roof that you've seen? How long do you think EPDM normally lasts? What
yeah,
have you seen in your perspective? And generally speaking, we look to the data, we look to the research. But when you've got folks like Jason that have such extensive experience in the roofing industry, along with really good skills and trainings, we want to know what their opinion is as well. And it
right.
was just resounding. I mean, it was so fun to see their answers of describing this 50-year-old roof that they've just worked on.
Hmm.
Um, their perspective is that by and large, an EPDM roof should last definitely over 30 years
Hmm.
and upwards of 45 or 50, depending on the thickness.
Right.
Um, and then there was a free answer section, and where we said, what do you find challenging about EPDM, or, what do you think is the advantage of EPDM over other roof covers? And just their answers were just so great to read. And
Yeah.
really, it came down to durability,
Hmm.
longevity,
Hmm.
sustainability, and resilience, which of course are topics that matter to all of us. But with EPDM, we actually have the data and the research to back that up.
Yeah, and EPDM is not just black
No, no, it
anymore,
is not.
right? I know
That's
there's a
true.
lot of white. So
Yep.
for folks thinking that it can't be reflective or
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
sustainable, it sure can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, black EPDM is the most sustainable roof cover on the market because black EPDM will last 50 years. And
Yeah,
so when you look at the embodied carbon involved in installing a roof, taking it off after 20 years, then putting on another roof
right.
and taking that off after 20 years. And those roofs that come off after 20 years, they can't be recycled. So they're going to the landfill. And then the alternative is you put on an EPDM roof, you leave it on there for 40 years, 38, 40 years or longer, and then you take it off and you recycle it.
Yeah.
So, dark EPDM, of the published reports out there, dark EPDM has the lowest environmental impact of any other roof cover out there.
Wow,
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
and not many
Yeah.
people know that. That's why you're
No,
here.
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Well,
That's right.
Ellen, you should also mention the ease of install of EPDM,
Yeah.
and you don't need a big power source. You don't need
Right. Right.
other aspects of what other systems might require. And kind of a nerdy fun fact about EPDM is that old EPDM, you can, for contractors that are working on it, you kind of do it the same way that you do new EPDM. Some other roofing system types, it's really you have to have a lot more knowledge because they kind of change over time and you have to do some different things. But it's really um, kind of a tried and true way to go that
Hmm.
Yeah.
very often
Dependable. Yeah.
results in really long service life and resilience and all of those other good things that really contribute to the sustainable
Right.
conversation.
Right. But in addition to that survey, which was based on opinion or perspective or
Right.
professional experience, we also have been working on a new number for the expected service life of EPDM. So that is not based on opinion. We
Right.
have done a regressive data analysis of all of the existing studies on EPDM service life. We've included data from ASTM standards, data from our manufacturers, data from outside our manufacturers.
Hmm.
We've looked at data from Europe. And so within the next couple of months, we will be releasing a new number for how
Oh,
long the industry can generally expect an EPDM roofing membrane to last when it's properly installed and maintained.
yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. And so other manufacturers might have, years attached to their roof covers, but this will be the very first industry-wide EPDM industry-wide statement on how long an EPDM roof membrane will last. So we're excited to share that in a couple months.
Do you anticipate manufacturers making some adjustments to their warranties because of that new number?
I don't think so. We already have some warranties that go beyond 30, 35 years.
Yeah,
And a warranty is based on the system or the assembly.
right.
And our work is looking at
The
the
membrane.
membrane in and of itself. But it's
Got it.
still pretty darn exciting news.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Wow. And I'm sure that people can't wait to hear that number. I
Yeah.
can't. You have to let us know. Let us
Yeah.
know when it's out.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
good
run it.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
So you were asking me earlier about energy efficiency.
Yeah.
Right. The new hot topic. So,
Yes, very.
sometimes people think that sustainability is just one criteria. Like
Mhm.
sustainability is just reflectivity or
Mhm.
sustainability is just resilience. But actually, sustainability has a whole umbrella of topics. So,
Mhm.
urban heat mitigation,
Mhm.
resilience,
Yeah.
decarbonization,
Yep.
energy efficiency,
Yep.
and there's a
It's global emissions
right.
potential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, and recyclability.
Recyclability.
Right. So,
There's a lot to it.
yeah.
Yeah,
tell the
right?
story.
It's not one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to look at the whole picture.
Mhm.
But definitely energy efficiency is such a critical topic.
It is.
There's many different ways to combat climate change, and improving energy efficiency is one of those.
Yeah.
So about 4 years, I think we talked about this last year. So about 4 years ago, we released an energy modeling study done by a third party engineering consulting firm.
Mhm.
And we looked at 13 cities
Mhm.
in climate zones 3, 4, and 5,
Middle of the
and
country. Yep.
middle of the country. And what we found is that in almost all of the cases in climate zone 4 and 5, and in many of the cases in climate zone 3, it was not the reflectivity of the roof that made a difference in the energy efficiency.
Mhm.
Rather, it was the
Yeah. Insulation.
Insulation.
Yeah.
Insulation. I was going to
Exactly.
say that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all about the
It kind of makes
insulation.
sense, right?
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. If you have
Yeah.
enough insulation on your roof, the temperature of the membrane really has very little effect on the amount of load that the air conditioning inside the building has to handle as
Yeah.
part of its work. And the more efficient the air conditioning is, the more energy efficient it is.
Yeah.
So, there are various ways of getting there, but these days,
Yeah.
unlike when a lot of the studies were done originally around reflective roofing, it's a pretty robust amount of insulation, even as a minimum
Right.
requirement for code that we design into roof systems these days. And once you get into those higher numbers, then the reflectivity is less important or really it unaffects the um, that heat transfer because there's just so much thermal
Right.
resistance there. And that's a really important concept to understand because there are other reasons why we care about what the temperature of the roof is and the insulation thickness when you get into condensation control and
Yeah.
some of those little extra nerdy stuff that I like to think about. But it's really important because if you get this wrong, you can actually get moisture mitigation just from the interior of the building collecting in the roof system and then bad things happen.
Right.
And so it's really important that um, people consider all these criteria when they're designing a roof so that you get good outcomes both as roof as a mechanism for getting the rain off your building, but also as part of the thermal envelope so that it performs properly and doesn't have these unintended consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to update that study next year. We are
Oh,
going back and
nice.
looking at, we're going to start with 4 major cities in the US. We are going to look at the energy efficiency of their building stock based on today's levels of insulation.
Yeah.
And then the consulting firm will then assess the energy efficiency and cost benefit ratios. And we don't know what we're going to find,
Right.
but we do know that we always want to rely on data and research.
Yeah.
Right. Not just
Um,
opinions.
Right.
Based
Right.
on the current requirements
Yeah.
and data that's available for
Yeah.
sure.
So
Mhm.
I think we will be releasing that somewhere in the summer. So we're excited to see and share
Yeah.
those results with the industry.
That's some good stuff
Yeah.
coming up.
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
And we'll help you get the word out once you
Yeah.
release it.
That sounds
Excellent. Thank you
great.
so much.
Yeah.
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 Wow. It was so great to catch up with you, Ellen.
Thanks.
It was good to
Good to see
meet
you
you,
again. Yes.
Jason. Yeah. And wow, we're almost done.
Yeah.
Few hours
A
left.
few hours left.
If you're coming out to the show, keep your eye out for these two, and they can give you some more information about that. If you're not coming to the show, that's okay because you can get all this information right on Roofers Coffee Shop. So check it out.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere though, because we've got a couple more videos coming your way before the show ends. So we'll